Hello and welcome to Coffee and Card Week 2. My name's Linda. I'm from lindaspapercraft.co.uk and I'm a card maker and Stampin' Up demonstrator. And this is week 2 and this is the card we're making today. Okay, now all of you who've purchased this kit already have this die set, so it is the Stylish Shape set, which is this one here. Okay, and for this card we are going to use the short fat tab, and then just checking the circles, so we're using the 4th and 5th circles from the die set. So there we go, so you need those today, which, as I say, as far as I remember, you've all already got them. I know you've already got them because they came in the summer stamper stack, which is still available if anybody wants it. Right, pop those away. Just check I'm straight because I'm sure I just moved my paper. Maybe a little bit. Right, okay. So this is a card we're making today with a beautiful little elephant. I'm loving these elephants, and it's a really nice layered up card, this one, using some paper from Celebration. So let's get started. So in your packs you have a long piece of DSP, and that is to decorate your envelope, and then an envelope obviously to decorate. You have a piece of Starry Sky to cut out in the larger circle. Now you have a large piece of basic white. Now this is for, it will take the smaller circle, your tab and the elephant. Okay, so there's plenty of room for all three, as long as you don't plant your elephant right in the middle of the piece. And then you have your Starry Sky paper, which is going to go on the side there. Smaller piece with flowers on, which is going to go there. And then that's the mat to put that on. And then you've got 2 pieces of basic white. One's going to go on the front, one's going to go on the inside of your Starry Sky card blank. So that's all the bits you've got. So I thought I would start with the elephant. Now I have coloured the elephant in using my smoky slate markers, which you've all got also from the it was the Coffee and Card with the Spaceman. Cannot remember what it's called. We did it last year, so you all should have your smoky slate light and dark, so you can colour in your elephants. And then I've just used some petal pink, I think, just to colour in the ears. And can I find it? Can I? There it is. So I'm just going to use, just going to check actually just on the side of here. I'm not sure it was. I'm going to use petal pink, but I'm not sure it was. Some sort of pink for the inside of the elephant's ears. And your memento black. So we're in day 9 of this cold now. We are not a happy bunny at all. I've been delaying recording this in the hope that the bug would go, but it hasn't. So, and we're on the elephant parade, and we're just using the cute little sitting down elephant. So just going to get that off and pop it on a block. And as I said, I'm just going to put it in a corner so that when I can die cut everything out of the same piece. I have a loose cat hair. Okay, so I'm just going to pop that in the corner so it leaves me plenty of room for all the other die cutting. There we go. How cute is that? So cute! And then with the, sticking with the basic black, I did the sentiment, or the basic black. It's not, is it? It's memento black. So I'll put sweet little one Let's swap that over. What I'm going to do now is decide where I'm going to put that. So I need the smaller circle, which is going to go there. So where are we going to put this? There we go. So that's going to go next to him. Now what you could do, or her, is you could just die cut your sentiment, your tag, and then stamp it. I do prefer doing it the other way around. So I'm actually going to stamp it where I'm going to die cut it. So it does mean that if I'm not absolutely straight, I can still adjust things, but I'll have room for everything. Okay. And now I am just going to colour in my elephant. So as I say, I'm not feeling 100%, so I'm actually just going to colour him in the pale, although I suspect that's the dark one. So I'm just colouring it, and I'm not going to do any shading and anything. If you want to do some shading, feel free. Right, so just going to come in, starting with the brush end on the larger areas. Okay, mine's quite well used, is mine, so the brush end is, I've used it a lot in classes, this one, so the brush end is beginning to just deteriorate a little bit. I did get this, it was one of the first ones I got, was the Smoky Slate, because I use this colour so much. Might have to treat myself to a new set. Okay, oh, it's still working fine. Plenty of ink left in it. Plenty of miles left. Okay, so round the eye. Then I'm just going to colour in the body. Then you're all shouting, "You've forgotten the ears!" I haven't forgotten the ears, I'm going to use the other nib. Okay, so there we go. One little cute little elephant, all coloured in, and now I'm going to use the other end. Because it's so narrow here, I'm just going to fill that in using the darker one. So if you wanted to take more time than me, you can put some shadows in, making it a bit more 3D. And then I'm just going to add petal pink ears. Nope, that's definitely pinker. I think I might have used one of the, you know, we do the skin shade ones now. I suspect I've used one of those. It's a set of 10 different skin shades. And I think I've used one of the pinker ones of those. But there we go, that's our colouring done. So I'm just going to pop out and do my die cutting, and I shall see you again in a moment. So that's all the die cutting done. And as you can see, I've managed to get all 3 pieces out of the piece of basic white. Look at that gorgeous little elephant, it's so, so cute. And then we have the larger blue, sorry, Starry Sky, smaller white, our sentiment. So I'll pop those to one side, and let's put the elephants back in the box. Right. Okay, and we'll pop this together. So it is just a case of layering up. So I'm going to start with my basic white. Love how I always turn it over, even though I really don't need to, because there's nothing on it. And here I am with our multi-purpose glue. And I'm just going to glue that in place on the front there, and just gradually build a card up. So while I'm doing this, I might as well do the middle as well. Now I've left the middle undecorated. Feel free to add your own little ideas on the middle there, and add your own little bits and stamps. Perhaps one of the other elephants. Obviously do that before you glue it in. We do try and stamp then glue. And I do like my multi-purpose glue because it does give me a little bit of wiggle room. And I'm happy once it's pressed down, it's a little harder to move. It's still possible though if you need to. Okay, so, and the next thing I'm going to do then is put this on. So it's beautiful on both sides, isn't it? But I just felt that wouldn't really stand out against the white. But make sure, well, I suppose you could have your leaves going down if you want, but I want them going up. Let's put some glue on here. Okay. And then I just stuck it in the corner with an equal border all the way around, over towards the left. And once you're happy, as I say, you can then stick it down. And then we have the smaller piece with the flowers on. Again, I just thought that was a bit, I preferred the lighter because we've gone for quite a dark-ish colour there, to then put a darker colour on, and so different as well. I thought it would be really nice this way because the starry sky is picked out in these flowers. So I just loved, and I love that. I just think that is absolutely gorgeous. Love this one too, but I prefer the other one. This paper's out of Celebration, and off the top of my head I can't remember. It's the one with the matching stamp. So it's got a stamp set with floral stamps on, which I cannot put my hands on at the moment. Comes as a bundle. Yep. I better get this on. I've been at work today. I rent an office from my friend on a Tuesday. Well, office, her craft room, where I go and do my admin work. So there's a couple of new posts. One went up today on my blog, and one was scheduled for when this is also scheduled to go live, and also I put one on Tuesday, which is what today is. Okay, so, and then we need to put these two together. Now I double dimensionaled on this, so these two are glued together, but the elephant and this bit are both on dimensional. So if you are posting, it will be a large letter stamp if you're in the UK, because it's more than 5mm thick. So if you want to avoid that, just one layer of dimensionals, either underneath the circles or underneath the elephants. It's up to you. It's just something you need to be aware of in the UK. Oh, they have a special thing in America. If you pay extra, it doesn't go through the machines, which I thought would be a really useful thing to be able to ask for, but unfortunately we do not have that in the UK. So, and then what I'm going to do now is actually stick the elephant to the sentiment, so that, and then put it all up on dimensionals. So, just going to pop some glue on this side of the sentiment here, and making sure it's nice and straight. Yep. Hold it down and add my elephant where I want it. So I had it a bit further down. There we go. So you can just see the little sweet, and just make him a bit squarer. There. How cute is that? Sweet little one. Such a sweet little one. You can see the difference in the greys there with my colouring. So I'm just going to pop this on dimensionals and then decide what I'm going to do with the other, whether to leave the circles on dimensionals too. So I'm being a good girl and I'm using up all my edges. So I think, is it Connie Stewart? Connie Stewart calls them the bones because they look like bones. So somebody's raiding Daddy's car for a Coke, I think. Can of Coke, that is. Okay, so I'm just going to put a couple of half dimensionals along here. And then, yeah, I'll chop this one up, so I'll put one at the top. See, every little bit is useful. Don't want to be throwing anything away. And then I'm going to stick that to the circle. Oh, it's really, I emptied my bins yesterday, so instead of my bins flowing with tiny bits of paper scattering every time I touch them, they're actually empty. So I could just throw my dimensional covers in and they actually go in the bin. Okay, and then I'm just going to position that centrally on the circle. Okay, and then we'll decide. So, because I do want to make sure we see more of these flowers as possible. So I'm actually just going to bring that across so it's in line with that line of leaves there. So let's pop some glue on. Try and remember which line of leaves it was we were lining it up against. Still the right way up. So it was that one. Okay, so about centrally vertical. I'm just doing this by eye, I'm not measuring it. That's experience. When I first started making cards, I was forever, honestly, I needed my rule around my neck. I used to measure everything, whereas the more you do it, the more you learn to do it by eye, and you can just think, yeah, that needs to go there, or that just needs to go there. So I'm just going to use the bigger ones here to mount the circle. Smell tea. Right, so 1, 2, 3, and where's that little one gone? There, just put that in the middle for good luck. There we go. So as I say, this will be a large letter because it's got 2 layers of dimensionals on. Okay, and then it just remains to decorate the envelope to give us a hint of what's inside the card. So as ever, so we want the flowers really, so when the recipient is looking at the back of the envelope, we want the flowers going the right way. So I've put the flowers going this way. So if you open the envelope, you need to put your glue on here and then stick down. Okay, and then we're just going to line up with the fold on the envelope, and it is just very, very, very slightly, because I'm from Yorkshire, wider than the envelope itself. So we don't waste pretty paper if we don't need to. So there we go. Okay, so I'm just going to let that settle a minute, spreading out that glue. And then popping my dark sentiments away. So we can find them. I'm already working on September's. There it is. September's coffee and card's going to be a little bit different. You're going to get 1/4 of a pack of this DSP, which is really cute, from the gnomes. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Obviously I'm using this to make the cards. Loving that, absolutely love that. And then it's got that on the other side, which I also like. So these mushrooms will die cut with the dies that you get with the friendliest gnomes, kindest gnomes. So you get the dies and the stamps and 1/2 a pack of this paper, so you will have paper left over to use once you finish. I mean, how cute are they? And again, I'm loving those trees. Those snowflakes, very reminiscent of the snowflakes from last year, which we all adored, or the year before even. Gorgeous mushrooms. And then I've made these cards. So, let's pop that away. This is how I file everything. All the projects that are waiting to go have their own little special envelope. So, and there we go. So that's using the trees cards. I've also used these gems, which, yeah, here we go. So the fine sparkle adhesive gems, they tone with the paper as well, which are absolutely gorgeous. We've got some red ones up there. So that's just a die cut gnome. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So I've done, yeah, and I've just put his little friend inside there in the Bermuda Bay. Then this is the stamped and coloured gnome, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. Again, I've used the stones, warm wishes, lots of layers with some vellum and the DSP. And I have embossed that with the snowflake folder. I'll do that for you because it's not actually available anymore. See, and then I write the measurements inside so I know what I'm doing. So but there's your inside as well. And then this one. I'm loving this fold. We do like this fold. It's like a faux step card. It isn't actually, it's just glued together. And we've got our little friend now. He's from the Designer Series paper, cut out using one of the dies, as is the mushroom, and then the background is the one that I showed you. And then I've just used these stylish shape dies are really, really useful. So I've used these to finish off the sentiment. So that's the smallest square, and then the smallest square again, cut out in the real red Poppy Parade, one or the other, real red I think. So just to set that off nicely there. So I thought that's a very nice Christmas card. Lots of nice Christmas cards. So do let me know if you want to take part in that. I shall be sending out more details shortly, including the price once I've priced it up. So now that should be nice and dry now. So I'm just going to take my snips and just cut around the outside. So I'm just following the... Now, we said last week, because it actually looks quite nice before you cut it out. Excuse me. So you could leave it flat. It's just, I'm not sure how it would survive if you sent it through the post like that. Certainly if you're just handing it to someone, it'll be fine. But if it went through the post, it might catch on things. So I think it's probably better if you trim it, if it's going through the post. Okay. And I'm just following that down there. There we go. So that's it for this week. How beautiful is that? How professional does it look as well when it matches the card? I think it's really cute when we can do that. So there's both my cards now and matching envelope. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and I shall see you next week. Take care. Bye.